Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 215 now, guys. I've picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with Gamersups, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market. So if you're looking for a better alternative to those gas station energy drinks that are really bad for you, try out Gamersups and use my link down below. You can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your drinks, and I'd love to hear what you guys think of the drink as well. So if you do end up trying the drink, definitely let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods. And starting us off, we have the Lanterns of Skyrim II mod. Now you guys may have known from the past, I think it was episode 130, I actually covered the Lanterns of Skyrim II mod already. But that was back whenever it was 232 megabytes, which is huge in terms of a lantern mod. And since then this mod's been redesigned and includes many improvements and additions, more compatibility, light sources, and even snow-covered lampposts and lanterns in snowy areas for a more immersive experience. All of these lanterns are also moved by the wind and much more. This mod also uses a bunch of other mods and other assets from those mods, such as the medieval lanterns and candles, a regular candle mod, the lantern and light post mod, the Nordic lanterns, and then you have the Witcher lanterns and the original WizKid custom lampposts. Every one of these lanterns is ENB light compatible, there's specific light posts and lanterns for each region, there's a huge variety of lanterns in cities and settlements, and there's even flying insects around these lanterns as well. Depending on where you are in the map, there could be faction banners on light posts at the borders of every region, and a lot of these have improved light sources now. So it was obvious that there was a lot of time and effort put into creating this mod, and the fact that they're still updating it to this day really shows that they truly care about lighting up Skyrim during the night. And that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our number 5 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading the Lanterns of Skyrim II mod. Coming in at our number 4 spot, we have the Blades and Bolts expansion Stockpile mod, which is a huge collection of over 150 weapons and some shields that can be found in either leveled lists or crafted at the forge. Not all of these weapons are added to the leveled list, but all of them can be crafted. Now when it comes to the weapons that are actually featured in this giant mod pack, we have all of the Heavy Armory new weapons mods, which includes the vanilla enchantments, which adds over 100 new weapons to the forge, such as spears, halberds, tridents, and more. Then you have the Gosu weapon pack and the Horker bow and crossbow. Then you have the new fancy bows, crossbows and bolts, better silver swords, and new shields as well. And this also includes the Billy Rowe weapons. Billy Rowe is a very high quality weapon mod maker, and he also includes things such as the Clarion Crystal Sword, the Dova Nord weapons, the Hook Blade, the Evening Star, the Poleaxe, Baltimore weapons, Leather Wrapped Swords, Broadswords, the Mage Glass Sword, as well as Belsky swords. Now with there being over 150 new weapons added into the game, it's almost impossible for me to show them all in one short little showcase here, but you could see whenever I was going through the forge there was a bunch of new weapons under the iron and steel section, and it also covers the other sections as well. They're not just all in iron and steel, it's just that's where the majority of them are. But the fact that we're not only just getting weapons added into the game, we're also getting new shields, you have the better crossbows and the bow and arrows that look really nice, and then the colorful bows as well. I really love the fancy bows, those are really badass looking. And the best part about it is it adds all 150 of these new weapons and items with high quality textures, and it only comes in at 180.10 megabytes. I know I said in the previous one with the lanterns, the 230 was a lot of megabytes, but that was for lanterns. We have a whole bunch of new weapons that completely transforms your arsenal. So if you're looking for some new weapons to wield as you're going about your travels in Skyrim and doing all your questing, then the Blades and Bolts expansion Stockpile is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. Coming in at our number 3 spot, we have a new player home called the Dragon Tree Temple. The mod page reads that the Dragon Tree Temple is an elaborate player home featuring multiple options for living in style in Skyrim. Now this is actually based on the Lunarni race lore and their affinity for nature and their creativity with all things that grow, and their Nord-blooded gift for building the old-fashioned way. This player home is the example of a special tree that's been developed and magically cultivated to provide a different and luxurious shelter for your character. There's more than one living space for your character, supporting your own taste in how you use the mod. There's a massive enchanted tree in this mod that features an interior living space, which is the inner sanctuary. You have an upper living space that includes an exterior home crafted from an actual building block in the game with wood beams and panels. There's a small yet cozy stable for your horse outside the front there. And then you have an enchanting and alchemy study in the upper house, an exterior crafting workshop, tanning area, and archery range, as well as an armory featuring custom and craftable enchanted bows. Both of these living spaces feature luxurious enchanted bath pools, full kitchen areas, and cooking fires. Now, we've covered tree homes in the past, but nothing quite like this on this type of scale, because this is an absolutely huge player home mod, but the house itself actually isn't that big either. It's not a giant house that you're going to have to walk all over for. You have different teleport points that can teleport you around the house, and then finally, once you get teleported up to the top, you just have a simple 2-story house there. And then if you walk outside, you have a nice courtyard area, a nice little pond, and some very nice scenery to go with just how high you are up in the sky. Because if I look down over here, you'll definitely see how high up this house mod is, especially when we're at the top of this tree. But the tree looks absolutely amazing. I really like the look of it. I thought at first with how big this tree actually is, it wouldn't really fit into Skyrim and it wouldn't really look right, but I feel as though they put it in a perfect place, that it doesn't look too bad or out of place at all, and the fact that they said that it was an enchanted and cultivated tree that way for it to grow this big makes it have at least some sort of, realism of how the tree actually got there. There's a little story behind it, But nonetheless, the decoration is absolutely beautiful in this house, and there's so much that you can do with a house mod like this, and that's definitely why the Dragon Tree Temple mod comes in at our number 3 spot, so I'd strongly recommend downloading it. Coming in at our number 2 spot, we have a brand new beautiful grass mod called the Grass Your Mother Warned About. This mod aims to be everything its name intends to be, so that you'll get hooked and you won't want any other grass mod out there. This is a comprehensive overhaul of most of the game's grasses that just started as a simple grass mod for Xbox back in March of 2021 and became an ambitious project that the mod creator hoped would be a sweet memory for the modding community. Now when it comes to putting this mod in your load order, this mod must be loaded under your landscape textures and above any mod that does land edits, which includes water mods. As any other grass mod, it's also important to load this mod after any mod that touches ferns like the Skyrim Flora Overhaul, Mari's All-in-One, or any other type of Flora Overhaul. Now I know last week we covered another grass mod called Grass X, and that was a beautiful new grass mod as well, but whenever I stumbled across this on the mod page, I couldn't not cover it in this episode because of just how much this area covers. Almost every area that I traveled to in Skyrim, I was able to see some sort of difference, whether it be on the actual ground itself, or on the pathing, or maybe the leaves were changed, or maybe there was a new animation of leaves falling from trees there. This mod completely transforms the environment whenever it comes to the flora and other grasses. And just like I said last week with that grass mod, it's also very impressive that they were able to go to each different region in Skyrim and change it to that specific region and make it look right going through the entire world. Because I know, especially in Oblivion, whenever it goes from a snowy area to a very, foresty area, there's always that big seam that cuts off the two little regions in between. But they did a great job with this wherever it goes from Riften up to Windhelm. There's a very good transition, and then if you go from there to, let's say, Whiterun, you'll have a smooth transition from the snowy area into a plains area, and then traveling down into Falkreath, you'll get into the foresty regions that look really nice as well. So covering all the regions, making the transitions look really good in between the regions, as well as just having beautiful grasses to begin with, definitely earned the number 2 spot on the list this week. So if you're looking for a new grass mod and you want to completely transform the environment of your Skyrim, then try downloading the Grass Your Mother Warned About and giving it a try for yourself. Coming in at our number 1 spot, we have a brand new mod pack that features so many new graphic overhaul mods, and that's the Abominable AF Graphics Overhaul. This is a huge collection of mods that includes all of these cities, such as Whiterun, Markarth, Solitude, Riften, Windhelm, and Ravenrock, the cities of the North mods, such as Morthal, Dawnstar, and Winterhold, mods that cover the farmhouses and towns, mods that cover all the castles, such as the College of Winterhold, Volkihar, Dawnguard, Skyhaven, and High Hrothgar, all of the dungeons, such as the Nordic ruins, Dwemer, forts, caves, mines, rataways, and more, and then you have the ships, the shacks, the orc strongholds, and even hold and miscellaneous banners. But enough of me just talking about the changes, let's actually hop into a brief tour of the different areas in the game and you can see some of these graphics for yourself. Now, as you can see, the game looks absolutely beautiful, and the fact that they were able to jam all of these mods into one simple mod that comes in at a very clean 500 megabytes, it's almost impossible to not download a mod like this. With all these new mod packs coming out, I'm definitely going to have to make some tweaks to my load orders because we're going to be able to fit so many more mods in here because of just the sheer size of some of these mod packs and how much they can fit into one small mod. But if you're looking for a brand new all-in-one graphic overhaul mod that's going to completely transform your game without you doing any work, looking up a bunch of different graphic overhauls, it just does it all in one mod, then the Abominable AF Graphics Overhaul is a perfect mod to download for your load order, and that's definitely why this mod's featured here at our #1 spot, so I'd recommend downloading it. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Or you can follow me on Twitter. I'll be sure to leave my Twitter in the description, and you guys can follow me on there and leave me suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I will talk to you guys later.